Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. I have been so busy live streaming Tyranny that I completely missed a new story trailer drop for New Arc Line. This is a game that I am really excited about, and I want to make sure all of you know it is coming. Footage from the new trailer will play in the background in this video, and I'll let the full trailer play after my commentary is finished. New Arc Line is an isometric turn-based cRPG that combines cyberpunk, magic, and light horror elements. You play as part of a family who suffers from a fatal disease, and in hopes of finding a cure, you travel to New Arc. This city is considered a beacon of hope, and consequently, a massive flood of immigrants have swarmed to its borders. Elves, dwarves, and fantasy creatures of all stripes coexist together in the city. These races will each have their own culture and background that will oftentimes be different from what you have seen in other games. For example, the elves are not a forest-dwelling and bow-wielding culture. Instead, they are the eldest race and the one from whom all other races have descended. Their ancient empire is in decline, but this has not caused them to lash out at other races or fade into irrelevance. Instead, they are focused on utilizing voodoo rituals to communicate with their ancestors and restore the foundation of their culture. Pixies are present as well, and they are suffocating in the pollution from the industrial cities. You come to New Arc aboard a steamship cramped with thousands of other immigrants and are essentially a stranger in a strange land. Very quickly, you discover that New Arc isn't what you thought it would be, and instead it's plagued with corruption, segregation, and inequality. To save your family, you are going to have to get your hands dirty and decide to become a hero of the city or a villain everyone will come to despise. I really like this premise because it's not the usual you are the chosen one or everything revolves around you type of tale. Essentially, you are starting as a nobody and through hard work will rise up through the ranks. I assume part of how you will rise up is by choosing a faction to align with. There are different groups focused on technology and magic who are battling for control of the city. It's ironic to see a story like this right now because I am literally working on more content for Pillars of Eternity Deadfire, a game in which multiple factions are battling for control of a resource-rich archipelago. The faction storylines were a highlight of that game, and I hope it's the same in New Arc Line. This game will allow you to create your own character, and you can play as a human, elf, dwarf, or a giant. You already know I am going to pick giant. Your gender, background, and appearance are also customizable. All of these choices will impact how people react to you in a city that is deeply prejudiced. I am really interested in seeing how that is handled because it became a pretty large topic of discussion in regards to Baldur's Gate 3. In that game, people were naturally inclined to distrust drow and tieflings. Many people communicated that they felt the content was insensitive and damaged their experience. I didn't agree, but we never got a chance to discuss that on the channel, and this game might present an interesting time to revisit the topic. You will not be limited to just the borders of New Arc. The game will take you to other cities and regions across the continent of the New World. Some of the areas you'll explore include fog-covered swamps, snow-capped mountains, expansive prairies, underground labyrinths, and celestial cities. Your enemies will be equally as varied, including gunslingers, trolls, gigantic kraken, dragons, and of course, politicians. As I mentioned before, groups focused on magic and steampunk technology are scattered across the city. In New Arc, magic isn't just spells and incantations. It's a religion with various branches and sects that will each try to pull you in. Technology is equally varied, from billowing steam engines to bone-shaking electromagnetic gadgets. You can elect to make the city a technologist utopia or side with magic users to create a haven for the arcane arts. This conflict is also highlighted in the classes you can choose from. There are 6 classes along with 12 subclasses that are split up between technology and magic options. On the magic side, a couple of names that were mentioned are Hellfire Occultists that can melt enemies, Voodoo Mystics that can play with an enemy's mind, or Celestial Sages, which I assume specialize in healing allies. Technology seems to revolve around strapping your body with mechanisms mechanisms that fuel your physical capabilities or allow you to use devastating weapons of war. The last trailer also briefly showed a character using a jetpack to fly away from danger. Some of the class names mentioned are Steampunk Mechanic, Dieselpunk Engineer, and a Tesla Punk Scientist. I don't know anything about the specific mechanics yet, but the names are definitely intriguing. A crafting system has also been briefly mentioned, but again, I don't have any details. New Arc will allow you to recruit a diverse cast of characters who all have their own stories and will grow over the course of the game. Romance options will also be available. The game is heavily focused on narrative, so there will be a lot of opportunities for dialogue and choices. That's all the information I have regarding New Arc Line. Again, I am really excited for this game. I think it's worth noting that although the majority of this trailer is CGI, I really do appreciate that DreamMake Games roped in some actual gameplay footage, and that's the same thing they did with the last trailer. It's nice to see a developer who doesn't just do the okie doke and release a CGI trailer that promises great things, but doesn't actually show you what the game really plays like. Kudos to them. If nothing else, this game looks different from what we've been getting, and I always appreciate when a developer stretches to try something new. This is a game I will absolutely continue to track and provide updates for as they are released. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. Take care.
It's okay, my love. We're almost there. I see the gate up ahead. You're safe. Mama will protect you. What kind of monsters are you? My people are refugees. We were all promised safe haven. That's why we came here. Stay back! What do you want with a little girl anyway? Easy, my darling. It won't end like this. It can't. I won't allow it. You remember when we arrived here? The crowds of people just like us, seeking a better life.
Good day to you, sir or madam. Let me be the first.
All I ask is what every mother wants. A better life for her child. This exodus from the old world, we're all fleeing the Iron Plague. The endless injustice, the chaos swallowing everything. But it turns out there are much deadlier things here than the plague. Why are you doing this? We're not part of your war. This new world was supposed to be beautiful and free, but the factions, mages, technologists had no interest in peace. Their only use for these marbles is to perfect new ways to kill each other. My little girl, don't worry. We'll get out of this. I promise.
Hey! Show me your hand!
Crevator shot!
Like that!
This was supposed to be a beautiful world.